As we move closer to 2025, scams are evolving faster than ever, driven by advancements in AI, cryptocurrency, and the increasingly digital world. Scammers are becoming more creative, preying on new technologies and trends to steal personal data and money. In today's video, we'll explore the 10 hottest scams you're likely to see in 2025, along with detailed tips on how to protect yourself from these sophisticated schemes. Be sure to stick around, as some of these scams are brand new and extremely dangerous. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you stay updated on the latest scams and how to protect yourself. 1. AI voice cloning scams. Artificial intelligence has come a long way in generating human-like voices. Scammers are using AI voice cloning technology to mimic the voices of loved ones, friends, or even business partners. You might receive a phone call from someone you know, urgently asking for money or sensitive information, but in reality, it's a scammer using AI-generated voice software to trick you. AI voice cloning is so accurate that it captures nuances like tone, inflection, and accent, making it nearly indistinguishable from the real person. Scammers often create a sense of urgency, claiming they are in an emergency and need immediate help. The voice cloning technology can be sourced from just a short clip of the person's voice, which scammers may gather from social media or other public videos. How to avoid it? Verify the request. If you get a suspicious call from someone you know asking for money or personal information, don't act immediately. Hang up and call the person back on their usual number, set up a code word, establish a unique, pre-arranged word or phrase that only your family members or trusted contacts would know. This can help verify if the request is legitimate in an emergency. Limit public voice recordings. Be mindful of posting voice recordings or videos online where strangers can easily access them. 2. QR code exploitation scams. QR codes have become a popular way to access information quickly, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. However, scammers are increasingly exploiting QR codes by embedding them in phishing emails, fake advertisements, and even unsolicited packages. These codes direct victims to malicious websites designed to steal personal information or install malware on their devices. A newer version of this scam involves sending unsuspecting victims a package with a QR code claiming to reveal more details about the sender or how to return the item. Once scanned, the QR code can give hackers access to sensitive data on the victim's phone, including banking details, passwords, and personal information. How to avoid it? Don't scan random QR codes. Be cautious when scanning QR codes from unfamiliar sources, especially in unsolicited emails, messages, or packages. Use a secure QR scanner. Some apps can detect whether the QR code directs you to a legitimate or malicious link. Use a reliable QR code scanner app that verifies the destination before opening the link. Double-check the URL. Always preview the URL that a QR code takes you to. Make sure it's a legitimate, secure site by looking for HTTPS in the URL or a trusted domain name. 3. Synthetic identity fraud. In synthetic identity fraud, criminals create fake identities by blending real personal information, like social security numbers, often stolen from children or inactive individuals, with fabricated details. These synthetic identities are used to open credit accounts, take out loans, and engage in other fraudulent financial activities. Because it involves a combination of real and fake data, synthetic fraud is harder to detect than traditional identity theft. This type of fraud often goes undetected for long periods because the criminals slowly build credit using these fake identities, making them seem legitimate. Financial institutions eventually grant higher credit limits or approve large loans, allowing scammers to cash out and disappear. How to avoid it? Monitor your credit reports. Regularly check your credit report for any accounts or loans you didn't open. You're entitled to a free report every year from each of the major credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Use a credit freeze. You can freeze your credit with the major bureaus, preventing any new credit from being issued in your name without your approval. Check for activity on your children's credit reports. Children are common targets for synthetic identity fraud since they rarely have credit histories. Make sure your child's information isn't being used by criminals. Cryptocurrency remains highly popular, and scammers are capitalizing on this by orchestrating rug pulls, a scam where developers of a cryptocurrency project or token raise money from investors and then disappear with the funds. This is especially common in decentralized finance projects and initial coin offerings. Investors are drawn in with promises of high returns, but once enough money is raised, the developers vanish, leaving investors with worthless tokens. Scammers often use sophisticated marketing campaigns on social media to make their crypto projects seem legitimate, sometimes even impersonating well-known crypto influencers to lend credibility to the scam. How to avoid it? Research thoroughly. Before investing in any cryptocurrency project, check if the project has been audited by a trusted third party and if the development team is publicly known and reputable. Beware of anonymous developers. Projects with anonymous founders or unclear white papers are major red flags. Avoid get-rich-quick promises. If a project guarantees extremely high returns with little or no risk, it's likely a scam. Phishing emails have evolved with AI, becoming much more sophisticated and personalized. Scammers now use AI to generate emails that mimic the language, tone, and style of legitimate organizations or even trusted contacts. These emails often appear to be from your bank, employer, or a known service provider, asking you to click on a link or download an attachment. Because AI can personalize these emails with information scraped from social media or previous interactions, they are harder to spot than traditional phishing scams. The emails might address you by name, reference recent transactions, or seem to come from a colleague. How to avoid it? Look closely at the email address. Scammers often spoof legitimate email addresses, but there are usually slight variations. Always double-check the email domain for any inconsistencies. Use email filtering tools. Many email providers offer spam filters that can help catch phishing attempts. Consider using additional security plugins that flag suspicious emails. Never click on unexpected links. Always hover over links before clicking to see where they will direct you. If you're unsure, go to the company's website directly by typing the URL in your browser. With remote work on the rise, scammers are now exploiting job seekers by creating fake job offers, sometimes conducting fake interviews using AI avatars or deepfake technology. Scammers advertise high-paying remote jobs, often on reputable platforms, and then ask victims to pay upfront fees for training software or other materials. In some cases, these scams even involve elaborate interview processes, including virtual meetings with what appear to be human interviewers. Once the victim sends money or personal information, the scammer disappears. How to avoid it? Research the company. Verify job listings on the company's official website to ensure they are legitimate. Be wary of upfront fees. Legitimate companies will never ask you to pay for training equipment or software upfront. Check for red flags. Fake jobs often have vague descriptions, poor grammar, or unusual interview processes that don't match the industry standard. Buy now, pay later, or BNPL, scams are becoming more common as these services gain popularity. Scammers, you see, are taking advantage by using stolen or synthetic identities to make large purchases. Unfortunately, the victims are left with unpaid debts when these scammers disappear after obtaining the goods. BNPL fraud is particularly tricky to track because many of these services lack stringent verification processes, and as these services become more integrated into major online retailers, the problem is only growing. Fraudsters are using stolen credit card information to make purchases in someone else's name. So, how can you avoid falling victim to these scams? First, monitor your credit report. Check it regularly for any unauthorized accounts or loans taken out in your name. Also, enable fraud alerts. Many banks and credit card companies offer these alerts to notify you when suspicious activity occurs. Lastly, use two-factor authentication. Securing your BNPL accounts with this added layer of protection makes it harder for scammers to gain access. Deepfake technology, which uses AI to create realistic videos of people, is being increasingly used for blackmail scams. Scammers may create fake, compromising videos of a victim and then threaten to release the footage unless a ransom is paid. These deepfake videos can be highly convincing and difficult to dispute. Targets of this scam may receive an email or message with a sample of the fake video, along with demands for payment to prevent the video from being released publicly. Even if the victim knows the video is fake, the fear of damage to their reputation can push them to pay the ransom. How to avoid it? Don't engage with scammers. If you receive a blackmail message, avoid responding. Paying the ransom rarely guarantees the scammer will stop. Contact law enforcement. Report the incident to authorities. They can guide you through steps to protect yourself. Secure your social media. Limit who can view or access your social media content to prevent your images or videos from being used to create deepfakes. Investment scams are becoming rampant on social media platforms. Scammers often impersonate financial experts or influencers and promise huge returns on cryptocurrency or stock investments. These scams are highly effective because they tap into social proof. People are more likely to trust investments if they come from a trusted public figure or influencer. Fraudsters use social media ads, direct messages, or fake profiles to lure victims into investing in guaranteed schemes that often lead to fake trading platforms. Once the victim sends money, it either disappears or is directed to a fake website showing false profits until the scammer vanishes with the funds. How to avoid it? Research the investment. Always research both the investment and the person promoting it. Cross-check information on legitimate investment websites or regulatory bodies. Be cautious of unsolicited offers. If someone approaches you out of the blue with a can't-miss investment, it's likely a scam. Don't trust social media alone. Influencers can be paid or hacked. Verify any investment opportunity through official financial channels. With millions of apps available, scammers are taking advantage of poorly regulated app stores to release fake apps that appear legitimate. These apps often pose as popular banking, fitness, or shopping apps, but are designed to steal your personal data, login credentials, or banking information. In some cases, they even install malware on your device that tracks keystrokes or takes control of your phone. Scam apps can make their way onto even trusted platforms like the Google Play Store or Apple's App Store, although these platforms work hard to remove them quickly. These apps may request unnecessary permissions like access to your contacts, camera, or location, which could be used for malicious purposes. How to avoid it? Download from official app stores. Stick to well-known app stores and check the developer's reputation and user reviews before downloading any app. Use mobile security software. Keep mobile antivirus apps installed and updated to detect and block malicious apps. Be wary of permissions. If an app asks for unnecessary permissions, like access to your photos or microphone for a calculator app, don't download it. As we move into 2025, scammers are evolving and taking advantage of cutting-edge technology and global trends. From AI-generated voice clones to fake job interviews, these scams are becoming harder to detect. But by staying informed and vigilant, you can protect yourself from becoming a victim. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates on the latest scams and how to stay safe. Have you encountered any of these scams already? Share your experience in the comments to help others stay alert.